Here's a real fun story. We got this from Timcast.com. New York students make deepfake viral video of principal making racist threats. Wow. Yo, this one's crazy. I can't even read what they made him say, but to put it simply, New York students made a deepfake of their principal making racist threats.
What happened?
Yo, this is going to be wild.
Did they? Well, how does this resolve?
Three high school students in Putnam County, New York, have caused a lot of trouble for their school after making deepfake videos of their middle school principal going on a racist rant against black students and threatening to shoot them.
We're doomed, man. We're doomed. You're never going to know what. You're not going to know what's real. You're not going to know what's fake.
You're not going to want to. I saw another article.
Everyone who runs for office will have a Hunter Biden laptop.
Look at this. I saw this article from Wired. It says, after The Last of Us, everything will be transmedia. Whoa. The HBO series success has changed the game. Expect to see a lot more world-building franchises. I saw that, and I saw this, and then I had a vision. Slowly creeping while I was sleeping. And it is that this vision in my mind is we are going to have Neuralink, and you're going to sit down, and you're going to say, computer, craft me a universe where elves are at war with orcs, and I am a rider of the North who's come to save the elvish people of Gorwyn. And then it'll render, and it'll be like rendering. Neuralink plug-in ready, and you'll plug in, your eyes will turn white, you'll fall back, and you will live 70 years in this reality, and you may be in it right now.
But I'm going to create my own language with the AI where I'll be like, computer, run 1, red 4792, which means more difficulty there. I want greener trees here. But it's going to be a language the AI knows between it and I. No one else will understand.
So what's the purpose of that life? You're the guy, you're Neo in the Matrix. So you're you're in the pod.
Think about this.
To augment it.
You are officially, you're in the pod, yes. You've eaten the bugs.
Think about what you were saying about how we're never going to know what's going to be real or not. Yo, this presidential election cycle is going to be bonkers. There's going to be videos that, look, have you guys seen it? Excuse me. Gonna sneeze. All right, I think I fought the sneeze.
Yes.
Have you guys seen the new Mid-Journey photos?
Not the new ones.
Indistinguishable from, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Mid-Journey 5, I think it is.
Mm-hmm. The photo AI?
Yeah.
MID Journey?
Mid-Journey?
Mid-Journey.
Yes. Someone's going to be like, make a picture of Joe Biden with
so they got me. They got me. So I had to buy a house a year and a half ago, right? My family moved from Washington, D.C. to Tampa, Florida. And I follow these real estate accounts. Like look at houses that are available. And one of my favorite accounts posts the most beautiful, coolest house I've ever seen. It was a house inside of a rock in the desert. And it had a pool and it had all this. And I was like, wow, what is this? What does this cost? I've never seen anything like it. And it was all AI. Oh, they got me. I chucked a like at them and everything, and I'm swiping, and in the caption, they're like, oh, and by the way, I generated the image from AI. It's not a real house.
What? But they were selling you a house?
So I'm already living in the Matrix. I couldn't tell the difference. I'm telling you, I wasn't trying to be stupid. I couldn't tell the difference between the fake AI-generated Boulder house in the middle of the desert. It was just some cool, like, Frank Lloyd Wright-looking house, right? It was all fake. None of it was real.
You know, to answer your question from earlier, should we let the AI run these programs?
Listen,
never. No, we should never let an AI run a program ever. We should always use them as advisors and let humans run the programs.
Take a look at this image. Can you pull the image up, Serge? So this is fake. This is Mid-Journey. And it looks like someone just took a panorama. Yeah. Here's another one.
Wow. Looks like Hawaii.
Fake image. Here's another one. Jeez. Fake image. A kid is going to be born today who will see photographs that look real, and someone will tell them it's real. What is this? This is not even, wow. This is crazy stuff.
Manhattan.
Yeah. And people are going to, a little kid's going to grow up. How are they going to know?
Isn't that AI taking real
How will a
images?
child know the difference?
So it's just taking, so that AI is just being like, oh, a jungle.
They're asking it to make panoramas. But if a kid born today is online and looks up this date at this time, and they get a fake image of it, how will they know the difference between the actual image of Trump and the fake image of Trump? Dude, when they're identical.
All the people with their avatars, AI avatars as their profile pictures is disturbing beyond measure. It's not you. Those are not you. Do not. Yeah. Don't fall into it. It's so tempting because it makes you look cool.
Version 5 of Mid-Journey, which can... Hey, what's going on? My name is Rain, and I was created using version 5 of Mid-Journey, which came out today. My creator JS Films wanted to hear how I sound with voice.ai and how I would look when being animated by DID.
Wow.
What do you think?
We're getting dangerously close to people just retreating to fake realities, and y'all might already be in
Well,
one.
they already retreat to fake realities.
I'm saying this could be one.
That we're in right now?
I mean, you ask.
So like real Tim chose to plug in a pod somewhere
I mean, or
to be
real
on the
Benny.
show?
Maybe it's you. Maybe we're in your simulation, bro.
I think that there's a lot of people that live in digital realities right now. I agree. I just think it's not.
There's right now.
They're not real.
There is-
you can
there-
tell they're cartoony still.
They are doing tests on whether or not the universe is a simulation with lasers or something. I don't exactly know what that means or how you even prove that, but there are a lot of people who genuinely believe that we're actually living in a simulation. And I wonder if it's a simulation or based on what we want as people, it's actually just a video game.
So like a kid that plays Minecraft for 10 hours a day, how's that not him living inside of a digital simulation?
It is. But imagine if you could plug in and live 70 years in Minecraft
In a day.
in a day or in 2 hours, like Roy on Rick and Morty.
You slow time down, time dilation in the Matrix. That's
Yep.
wild. It's only if you forget that you're in a game is when it starts to get tediously dangerous. Like but because they're cartoony still, you always sort of know. Although when you're in a storybook, when you're reading a book, sometimes you feel like you're in the book.
70 years and but that means like feeding tubes, right? Like my wife has done like NICU stuff where like to keep a human being alive on a machine is unbelievable. There are people right now that are alive because of machines, right? There are millions of them all over the country. And those are some of the most depressing looking individuals you have ever seen. It's not cool. It's not some little thing from Star Trek. It's not Iron Man. It's like you have a tube in every orifice of your body. You have needles and blood and everything shoved right into there. To try and keep a human being alive through a machine is a horrible process.
It would be you
would have to do that.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be that.
Right?
You would go into your matrix and time would slow down for your perception. So an hour would go by. It seems like an hour, but it's only 2 seconds in real life. So you will live a year in this. Literally, it will feel like a year has gone by with conversations every day. You've slept 365 times. You wake up, you take the goggles off, and it's an hour later or 5 minutes later. Like you can slow down perception. Time has no meaning when you are.
Here's the worst part, Benny. When you finally come out of the game, you're like some 28-year-old fat dude with Cheetos covered all over your shirt, and you're sitting in your basement, and your kids are sitting there looking at you, being like, "Daddy, what are you doing?" You're like, "I was playing a video game."
It was called Tim Pool's show.
No, it's the Benny Johnson show, bro. You're in your game.
Or you could speed up time so that someone could serve a 70-year sentence, but to them it would only feel like 20 minutes.
So I'll tell
Why
you
would
that.
you ever do that?
I'll tell you this.
To
man.
remove them
torture?
from society for
tell you,
70 years without.
So I'm driving out here. Tim lives in the middle of nowhere in the beautiful mountains, and I'm like looking around, and I was like, if you were a God-hating atheist, you would sit here and stare at these beautiful mountains and look at these tall trees and breathe this fresh, crisp air, and there's nothing but you and the sunset and nature, and you would say, this is all I need, and you would feel spiritual. If you go and you look up at the redwood trees that are 2,000 years old and 2,000 feet tall in California, and you look up at them, you have a spiritual moment. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you hate God, if you have your own problems with God. You understand spirituality. You take your shoes off and your socks off and you put your feet in the dirt under those redwood trees and you look around and you take a deep breath. You'll understand there's something bigger than you in the universe. And that spirituality is always going to be needed by people. There's no digital environment that can replace it. And I would say if you feel like if you're listening to this conversation, you think that would be cool, the Neuralink, get out of your basement. Go walk through a park. Start with that. Go get some sunlight. And then realize that this world's already a beautiful, magical, breathtakingly gorgeous place. And it's all there. And most of it's free because a lot of it's national parks. And there's probably one right down the street from you here in America because the federal government owns half the land in America. And you should possibly consider enjoying this gorgeous earth as God made it and not looking for some cheap digital substitute created by people who hate you.
Yeah, cities are not fun places right now.
What about augmented reality? Like where you could still experience everything, but you have like a
Why would I
visor.
want to augment Niagara Falls? You stand there and you watch Niagara Falls and you watch the rainbow over Niagara Falls. You're like, why would I want to augment
Get
this?
analytics. You
wouldn't
can see how fast
Niagara
the water's
Falls be a lot
falling,
better?
how much water you can
If there
do the
was a
math.
guy
If you're into
who
that.
was jumping over barrels while the barrels were going downstream.
Like Houdini did? Like Houdini went down Niagara
like
Falls.
you put on the goggles and you're watching Niagara Falls, but then you're also watching barrels, and a guy is jumping from the barrel to barrel while the barrels go off the cliff. You're just watching it. It would be entertaining.
I would prefer Niagara Falls without that, but Harry Houdini literally went over Niagara Falls and barrel and survived.
Yeah. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.